Oh, okay. I guess my voice is now audible. My arch files are on the GitHub repository, which you can find on my account. Like so, yeah, there it is. But it is not updated. There are some changes which is not updated in this files repo. Yeah, there are plenty of changes which are not synchronized yet. But don't worry, just keep track this repo and sometime I will update this. I thought you wanted to stream without sound. Now you are audible. Yeah, I completely forgot that my earpods are, I mean, the OBS is not, I think, configured to automatically detect my AirPods. I have to manually add them. In the properties section, I have to choose one of the microphones here and to choose the AirPods so that my voice is audible in the live stream. I completely forgot about this, so sorry guys if I'm not audible to you. How sound is better? What do you mean about that? How sound is better? So what are you adding extra than oil in this plugin? I think you can clearly see. Uh, Let me show you. I think you are just joining the stream. You can see this is the file tree view, which oil is unable to provide at this time. Currently, oil is not supported this file tree view, which is I think the most useful directory viewer for the developer purpose, I guess. There are two more views. You can see that there is a netrw view, which only shows the directory level view. And there is one more view which mini.files provide, which is the multiple windows, which having the uh, multiple windows which having each directory associated with the each window. So these two views are not that useful. I guess the file tree view is the most useful view in my opinion. So I have to implement that, and I'm missing this view so much in the oil and vim. I'm waiting so much. I waiting this feature to be implemented in the oil and vim, but the author, I think author doesn't want to implement this feature because I think the underlying architecture of oil doesn't support this view. I think this is so difficult to implement this in the oil and vim at the current stage. That's why the author doesn't want to implement this feature. So I want to create my own because I really miss my tree view. But I like the functionality of oil and vim. So let me show you the a little demo how this works. So this is the demo project, nothing serious. You can see you can view the files in file tree view. And let's say I delete this index.ts and I add a main.ts file. So when I press S to synchronize the changes from buffer to file system, you can see there is a pop-up for the confirmation that this file is deleted and this file is created. Now I have to just press yes and no to confirm the changes. So if I press no, then this will revert back the changes that I made. And if I make if I delete the index.ts and add main.ts here and synchronize the changes and press yes. You can see index.ts is gone and main.ts is now created in the correct folder. We are using the indentation levels to recognize the parents. So this is the whole approach of implementing this plugin. And this is where it is different from other file managers like mini.files and the oil and vim. Currently, it can recognize the renaming of the items. Like I rename this main.ts to something else.ts, and if I press S, you can see the pop-up says you are moving this file to this file. If I press yes, it doesn't do anything because I haven't implemented the uh, feature of this. You can see this function is blank, which is responsible for moving one item to the other. So bear with me, guys. I'm just finding a way to move items from one place to another by the Lua code. So if I edit anything outside the file manager, should I press sync shortcut to get it? I'm not sure about that this can automatically be happen because I didn't implement this thing, but we can check. We can check. So let's say if I open another terminal window and I locate to this demo project, you can see there is nothing. You can see the whole structure. If I open it one more time, you can see the whole structure is as the same. And if I create another file like example.rust rs, which is the Rust extension, and if I press S, no, I don't think. But if I reopen it, you can see the example.rs file is there. Synchronization only detects the changes that you made, not by the file system, because you can see here, if I do algos, no, the file system has this function. You can see whenever you press the S, this function will get invoked, and this function has a name, a special name, synchronize from buffer. So this will not responsible for synchronization changes from file system to the buffer. It will synchronize the changes from buffer to the file system. So we have to implement another function from buffer to the file system. But I think it's not a big deal. So I haven't implemented this yet because buffer to the file system is more important than the file system to the buffer, I guess. What do you guys think? Got it. That can be done later. Yeah, we can implement that. It's not a big deal, I guess. The most important thing is to implement the basic functionality of a file manager. And yeah, we have to implement the indentation markers also. The cool thing is it can successfully detect all the changes that I made. Like if I remove everything here and I press S, you can see it can detect all the deleted files and folders that visible in the buffer. So let's press no. So let's delete this RS file. I don't want that. So we have to find a way to rename the files. Yeah, pure Lua. Yeah, I want a pure Lua implementation. Source part doesn't exist. Okay, that's not a problem. Check destination directory. Okay, this is the fstat. If not fstat and fstat dot type equals to dir, then create. All right, then we can create those things. Perfect. Yeah, that makes sense. That completely makes sense. Hmm. So we will create the directory, but the most important thing is to rename the file. Oh, we have a rename function. I didn't know about that. So let's search for fs rename. Oh, come on. We have the rename functionality built into the neovim. So it is now easier to implement. So the path, we have to provide the path, the new path, and the callback. Okay, it's an async version. Okay. So if I pass the nil value to the callback, then it will rename the provided path uh, synchronously. But if I provide a callback, then it will rename the file with the asynchronous manner. I don't want to handle asynchronous behavior right now. We can implement the asynchronous behavior in future, but let's try to do that right now. So what are the steps we have to do? We have to first check stat from stat. So from stat is uv dot fstat, the from path, and if not from stat, then error exist, or you can say exist. Do you have guys any other questions? So, and yeah, one more thing. By the way, you can contribute to this project also. It is open source, and I'm free to accept your pull request. This person, you can see here, implements the net RW hijacking feature, which you can see in most of the file managers. So you can implement the missing puzzle pieces in this project too. Uh, I'm always live on this project and listening to those pull requests. So if you have any ideas that you might implement for this project, then feel free to raise the pull request. And if you have any questions that how to set up this project for the development purpose, then just raise the issue or ask me directly on the Reddit or Discord that or anywhere is available. Mostly care about it. Yes, I will try to make things like syncing with file system to outside. Yeah, you can implement that thing because I'm currently focusing on some main functionalities. Like we have to implement move and copy operations. Currently, we can perform only two types of operation, which is create and delete. So go ahead and fork this repo. Basically, you can find everything which is needed to set up the project in the contributing guide. Just read it out and let me know if there's anything that you have to clear out about this project. All right, so first step is to check the file is already exist or not, because if it's not exist, then we can't rename this. So now we have to parent dir. So we have to extract the parent directory. So vim.fn.fname modify from to the h. We will go to the parent directory and parent stat is equals to uv.fstat parent dir. Okay, if not parent stat, then error. No, if the parent directory is not exist, we have to create that directory, I guess. So let's make that directory. So how we gonna make it? How to make that directory? We can use this function, I guess. We have a create fs item function. So let's use this instead of uh, writing the whole logic by ourselves. So, okay. So we can use file system dot create fs item, and we have to provide the path to the parent directory. Let me clear one thing. Lua equals to vim.fn dot expand. So we have this thing. I need a proper path. So, okay, this is the proper path. Now we have to just modify the, okay. So let's attach this thing, right? So we will attach a backslash. No, we will attach a slash at the end of the parent directory so that we can create it. Okay, perfect. So after creating that, so after creating the parent directory, we will simply rename the file. So uv.fs rename, uv.fs rename. So how are we gonna rename that? We have to provide the from, right? And we have to provide the to path also. That's all, I guess. I think this is the only thing we have to do. But there is a problem. Let's just test this functionality. I think we have some problems with that. Let's name it main from main to rename. There is a move operation, and if I press yes, you can see the name is not changing. But if I open it, it's not working. So let me just print vim.print. Let's see the errors. There are no errors actually. Hmm. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Here. I think we are not reaching to this statement. Uh, Rename. Yeah. No, we are not reaching to it. Oh, because I know why. Why is that? I know. Because we are not using this function at all. So, so there is this confirm changes thing. So we have to add this thing here, move, and change move fs item from change to change from and change to. Let's see if that works now. Well, we also have some problems, but let's just try to rename this. Synchronize. Yes. You can see this file is renamed successfully, but we have an extra node which is not deleted from the loaded memory. So if I reopen this, you can see the main.ts is still there. So as you can see here, the main.ts is gone because it's just loaded in the memory. It's not in the file system anymore. So if I open this rename.ts and if I do something like console.log hello from rename file like that, and if I open the file manager and I change it to main.ts, synchronize the change, and if I reopen the vim, you can see the file is got renamed. But there is a problem. We have to delete the uh, orphan nodes which are not currently used, right? So any chat? Perfect. So how are we gonna do that? So we have to delete the nodes, right? As you can see, we are deleting the nodes from here. So we do the same thing here. And after that, we have to do this thing also. Move. Mm, mm. Okay, perfect. So after deleting the node, we have successfully managed to rename the file. Perfect. So we have the functionality to rename things, right? Let's apply some complex operations Like if I want to add this to the a separate directory like dir slash rename. So I want to rename this like that. So if I press this, you can see we are moving from rename.ts to dir slash rename.ts. If I press yes, uh, it doesn't working, I guess. Yeah, it's not working. Hmm. And why it's not working? No such file or directory. There is no such file or directory. That means we are unable to create the directory here. But why? I want to create it. Why is that um, failing? If the fstat, if there is no fstat, that means there is no directory there, and we will let's just vim.print parent dir, and let's try to dir slash rename. What? Huh? Oh, because we are using this thing. I think now it will work. Dir slash rename. So you can see now it's renaming to the dir slash rename. So pretty awesome. So that's okay. Now we have to just commit those changes. Uh, let's see. Okay, this is the same file, so perfect. Implement remove functionality, create move fs item, detect move operations in algos. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, let's commit those changes. I'm not going to push it right away because I have to implement some more things so that I can push them. Uh, Hands. Hello, Simon. Welcome to the live stream. Hands. I really don't know what is do you mean by hands? So let's move on to the next thing, which is the copy operation. But just let's just test this functionality of renaming things. Like if I move this directory from here to here, how about that? So there is a move operation. Oh, this is wrong. Let's just paste it over here, and let's just break one level of indentation. And if I press yes, okay, I think it's going from source dir to nvim test dir. If I press yes, okay, perfect. You can see the renaming is perfectly uh, perfect. Okay, you can see the file is preserved. Thanks. Hello. Sorry, it's xkcd1296. Google it quickly. Oh, okay. Let me just copy paste it. Let me type it out. XKCD. Wait, if there is anything inappropriate, then I might be in problem. So let me search on my mobile phone. It's okay, Simon. Oh, this is a meme, I guess. I think, according my current actions, you suggested me a meme. I will take a look on this meme when I'm done with the live stream. So, by the way, are you a student or something? I guess so, yeah. It's a comic. Don't worry, I will read this after the stream. So, are you a student? Well, by the way, can you guys hear my keyboard voice? I mean, keyboard sound. Recently, I added noise suppression uh, in the OBS settings. So, I'm not a student, I'm a software engineer, about 13 years in the industry. My God, you can't hear my keyboard. Ah, man. I think that noise suppression plugin uh, removes this keyboard sound because I think it's detected as noise, I guess. But I think my voice is more clear by using this noise suppression tool. What do you think about my voice? I mean the quality. In the previous streams, I didn't use this tool, and there are a lot of noise going around in my live stream and videos. But I think now it's wonderful quality. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Well, thanks to this plugin or tool in the OBS. By the way, we are improving the plugin. So I think I implement the changes, I have to just do one more thing, that there is a copy operation also. So I have to implement the copy, copy. There's one more thing, Simon. Where are you currently working? I mean, is there is there any company name that uh, I mean, can you tell me about the company name or anything where you're currently working? And I'm sorry for my English because English is not my first language, so it's kind of broken. Capably AI. So, oh, AI. I literally don't like AI things. I mean, AI is good. Uh, the means of saying this is just AI is not that good to handle the bigger code bases. Like uh, you have to prompt so many things to get the correct result. I understand it's both a blessing and a curse. Yeah. If you are a good prompt engineer, then AI is good for you. But I guess for a beginner, AI is, I think, useless. It's not completely useless, but so much time consuming, I guess. Whenever I am searching or finding anything new about that I haven't searched or know about earlier, then AI takes so much time or so much effort from me to generate the correct output. Like you can see, I'm asking the DeepSeek to rename files, and in starting, it gives me the shell command that I really don't want to implement this because you can see here I have to differentiate between the operating systems. This is the wrong approach, in my opinion. And then it generates the correct output, which is the pure Lua, because Lua is neovim runtime already take care of the operating system thing. It has the wrapper of UV, which we can use to do some file system operations. So yeah, you have to give some time on the AI LLMs to generate the correct output for you. Copy FS item, copy FS item. I think we need the same thing from and to. Yes. So first we will check. First we will check the reference path from where we have to copy. Okay. Then we have to check the same thing here. Same thing. We have to check about the parent directory. If the parent directory does not exist, then we have to create one. Then I believe that we have a fs copy. Yeah, we have fs copy file. Hmm. Fs copy is only, I guess, fs copy, I guess, only rename the hmm. I think this function is only for files, not for the directories. We have to handle the directory cases by ourselves. So if I renaming, no, if I copy a directory from one place to another, then I have to handle that case by myself. Okay, then let's ask the LLMs. Let's see if they can solve this problem. So, can you make a copy fs item function same way that I implement move fs item? Let's see if it can. Let's see if it can generate the correct output. Oh, file system.copy dir. Hmm. So it generates two functions. One is copy mm, file and another one is copy. Okay. Hey, I'm just thinking why it's why it is implementing the copy file function. It is already in the Vim UV module. There's no copy dir function. So let's see what it's doing. Copy fs item. So it generates the copy directory. Hmm. Let's see if that works. Um, Copy path to new path, and we have some flags. Hmm. I don't want to pass any flags. Okay. I think this operation is literally a resource consuming operation because the directory could be nested so heavily. Hmm. Makes sense. So should I implement this right now? Because I don't think we need that functionality. because I don't think, wait a minute. I don't think a user oftenly need this feature of copying the items. So four people are watching. So any of you think that copy operation is oftenly used by the user? Should I implement this right away or bookmark it for the future? What do you guys think? Come on, guys, give me some suggestions. Fine. Let's just bookmark it for the future because I don't have any idea that how to handle the heavily nested directories because it is so time consuming and resource consuming operation to copy some FS items from one place to another. Hmm, makes sense. So let's just not do anything and let's just push this right away. I think changes are reflected here. Okay, so workflows are running. So this will be merged soon. There is one more thing that I have to implement is the indentation markers. So for that, we have to go to the render nodes. Uh, Render nodes. We have to apply the indentation markers. So we have to, I think, apply the indentation markers only for the revealed directories, I guess. Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. So how I'm gonna do that? Okay, checks are done. How much time we have? Okay, we have 40 more minutes. After 2 hours, I will end the stream, so we have to hurry. So let's implement the indentation markers. Uh, so how we can implement those? So this is the tree. This is the node. So if there is a revealed in the directory, revealed, revealed. So if this is revealed, then we search for the directories. Hmm. So if the node doesn't have the parent, then we will not render any indentation markers. So before going through uh, the text appendation, we have to calculate the indentation levels for the indentation marker. So where we are rendering the names. So here it is. Hmm. So if I open neotree.txt, indent markers. So let's borrow this marker from here, right? Let's borrow this marker from here and let's append here. How about that? Let's see what's the end result. Uh-oh. I think we have to implement it here. So this is the repetition, and there we go. Hmm. Wait a second. Let's do one level less indentation and map dot max with a 0, because it could be 0 and this will ultimately become the negative value. So we have to maximize this thing with the 0. Now we append a marker here. So there is one more indentation which is needed. Instead of this indentation, we will use this marker. So we have to copy that marker where this marker is. So let's go here. Let's append that filer blank. Right. So let's see. Mm, Still not what I want. I don't want to append this if we are on the root directory. Indentation markers are so difficult to implement. Uh, Wait a minute. We can do one thing like, okay, right. Hmm. So I need the index. If index is equals to the self dot children. So if this is the last children, let's borrow the endpoint and we will text dot append. If this is the last one, then we will do this. Otherwise, filer dot blank. Otherwise, if this is not, then we do. Now, wait a minute. Why I'm doing this? Let's go back here, here. Bring the format. Okay, let's see if that's work or not. Let's see if that's working. It's kind of working. Hmm. Hmm. Uh-oh. Indentation markers are literally disrupting that thing. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, this is working. So I can do something like this and do this. But there is a problem. We don't have to add the indentation markers on the first level. So if the indent if the indentation is equals to 0, then we will not doing anything. Otherwise, we will do this thing. Let's see if that works. Hmm, it's kind of working, but as you can see, it's breaking somewhere. Indentation markers, come on. Why this is so hard to implement? I hope you are using Hyperland. If so, you can pop up your chat window, float it, pin and keep it in the top right. I can do that, but um, I think it's Um, Something like that, right? So you don't have to switch workspace to see the chat. Something like that, right? The problem is just you can see here like how, but wait, how I can pin this window? I don't know about the hyperland that much. So can you tell me the how to do how to I mean how I can pin that window to all my workspaces? Let me show you my hyperland config. Uh, this is the toggle floating thing you can see here. So should I make a new one? Add this to the config. Bind mod main p and pin. So I think this will pin this window, right? So let me just make it as it is and resize it, and let's press mod p. Uh, why it's making like that? So this, but if I'm switching the workspace, it's still not visible. Oh, so should I do something like that? Oh, something like that, right? I can do something like that, right? So I can see the chats. Yeah, that's a good thing, but there is a kind of a issue like I can't see sorry, I were on a phone, that's why I couldn't type yes if you wanted only. This is helpful. Thank you, by the way, Vaishak KM. Um, it's kind of a problematic in those scenarios like when I want to see something behind this window. But don't worry. Thank you for this option. I didn't know about this in the Hyperland. So thank you. I'm just thinking that we can implement the indentation markers in a different way. I have to research about the indentation markers so that it will not hinder the concept of this plugin. I mean, indentation markers are literally hindering the indentation levels for each file system item. That's why I don't want to implement them right now. I have to research about those so that it doesn't do, I mean, it doesn't create any problem with the file system. So, anyways, I really like this feature. Now I will not miss any chat. Perfect. I just have to, I think, make it something like this should be visible with respect to the layout of the current workspace. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say? Like these two layouts, I mean, this layout is always exist in the split way in every workspace. Glad to help. This is useful. Uh, Rib drag, where you can pin the drag and drop between the file system and other apps. Yeah, this works fine. I can do this with any kind of apps like this browser and anything, but yeah, it's really helpful. Anyway, let's write some test so that we can finish up the live stream. Let's do this with our file manager. So I want to write some tests. Um, test algos.lua, right? I mean, this is so satisfying to create files with this plugin. Not gonna lie, this is so easy to create multiple files or doing some manipulation in the file system. Okay, let's just copy Lua, Lua test window. Yeah. So yes, I will definitely use this one. Let's pull out this way. This one stable. Yeah, I will doing my best to make it release as soon as possible. But you can see uh, new approach needs some time to test uh, to uh, to make it usable and make it stable for a normal user use case. And as you can see, there are only two contributors. The one is this Christopher and another one is me. So two contributors on this big project take some time to complete this plugin. I don't have much bigger community like Folky or T-pop or some other popular uh, neovim plugin developers so that they can help me. So I have to implement every single puzzle piece by myself. But that's okay. Even if it takes time to implement, I will definitely complete this. So require. I don't need the require thing. Um, algos. What is the first thing we have to test? Hmm. Extract indentation. So let's for now let's just test these three functions. Let's implement test for these three functions only because I want to end the stream. So let me show you guys how to implement test in the lower runtime. So let's say we have to implement the test for this function. So let's go to the test algos, this file, and extract indentation. You can name the test whatever you want. It's just helping me extract indentation. Extract indentation. Okay. So I have to algos require algo right. Extract indentation. So we have some things like, let me copy those things like this. Test strs. So this is the target string from which we have to extract the meta ID. No, extract the indentation levels. So let's take a let's take a closer look. Wait a minute. Um, mm, so this is the level one indentation. Let's create one. I think five are enough. So as you can see, we have five levels of indentation. Let's see. Um, can we use a macro to do that? Okay, let's do a macro thing. So Q. Yeah, neovim plugins are hard. Take your time. I had created once a neovim plugin to preview latex math equations with kitty graphics in markdown files, which looks like 2 months. Yeah, rendering the latex with the math equations are really hard. Even the latex language is also the hardest part to, I think you have to build a parser for that, I guess, which Folky implement under 1 hour after feature request into this plugin. Yeah, Folky has so much support and experience. I mean, about hundreds and probably thousands of developers are ready to support the Folky's project. Uh, he's quite popular. And by the way, he is a great developer too. So let's see, 3 @Q. Hey, did you guys see this macro? Let's make another one. Um, QQ, and first I have to go to the starting of the line and then press Q, Q, and let's go over to the quotation marks and do str back to the normal mode. And what we have to do is find the quotation marks, another one, and indent level, or you can say indentation is equals to indentation is equals to 1. Now I go to the next line, go to the starting of the line, and stop recording. And when I press Q, yeah, it works. It works fine. So let me do this thing. Macros are really awesome in the neovim. 3, 4, 4 and 5. Now let's just test those things. Macros feel so good. Yeah, I does not use macros more oftenly, but yeah, these repetitive tasks are so easy with those macros. Now let's just test those things. Test str in I pairs of test str do end uh, test dot expect equality test algos dot extract indentation. Come on, indentation from the test str dot str and the test str dot indentation. This should pass. So let's go to the pilot.nvim and make test. Test got failed. So you are providing this regex to replace the indentation. My current indentation function is working fine. So I don't know what you are talking about. Instead of macros. Got it, got it, got it. You are telling me about that you can use those global replace instead of uh, using macros. Yeah, these are easy, and By these operation, I can also increment those values all of the indentation, but it's okay. So let's just vim.print test algos dot indentation test str first element. Okay. Hmm. So it gives me the two level of indentation. So I have to wait a minute. 2, 4, 6, 8, and this will be 10, I guess. Make test. Now it's passing. So okay. Now we have to go to algos. Algos. Now I have to implement. I have to test this function. It's not that hard actually. So let's go to test algos. Let's copy this function VAP. Copy. Extract meta key. Okay. So this is the same thing, right? So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, or I can say 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So instead of algos extract, I will use the meta key. And by the way, I can use indentation. Instead of indentation, I can use meta key, something like that. These are failing. Left one is a string. Okay. So I have to replace the d plus. I want to replace this thing. Wait a minute. Uh, d d. Let's just d. Okay, and I can replace it with equal quotation marks. This. Oh, sorry. Let's just do one more time. We have to do a plus operator here. Okay. Search and replace, I mean, select and replace are really an awesome feature from the neovim. Okay, now it's passing. Perfect. There's one more function. Algos. Extract the item name. VAP. Extract item name. So let's just do without icon. No, first with icon. Another one is without icon, right? But it has the meta key, and the next one, let's delete all of them. Let's delete this icon and let's delete the meta key. Only neovim make replace actually useful. I never seen anyone using regex replace any other editor. Yeah, neovim has some really great power about text manipulation. I mean, neovim is a god level editor if we are talking about the text manipulation. Meta key to let's just use LSP to replace this thing. Um, Item name. Extract item name. This is the str. This is that. Let's make the test. Okay. Extract item name is not working correctly. Left is 04. Why? Why this is 04? That doesn't make any sense. Meta key. Okay. Uh, Name. Thank you, bro. Thank you for your help. This is literally so frustrating. Um, but why is this happening? In which case this is happening? Let's go with the first test case. Okay, first test case is okay. Let's open the second one. Oh, second one. Second one is the wrong. Do we ever encounter this case? Mm, how many levels of indentation we have? One, two, three, four. Four level of indentation. This is a package, and there's a meta key. Algos. I think um, this could only happen. Yeah, this could only happen when someone wants to delete the icon. So let me just test this thing. If I delete the icon, like if I delete this icon and try to sync, uh, yeah, it causing problems. As the test suggests, you can see it returning the meta ID instead of the actual name. So we have to fix those things. We can implement this case later. Currently, I'm so tired. I've been working the whole day on a separate project, so this is too much for me. And I guess we are passing the 2 hour mark. So I think we can implement this later. Let's add this to the to-do list. To do. Let's add this to the to-do list. Yeah, perfect. Let's commit the changes. Test algos. Add tests for algos dot extract indentation for algos. Algos dot extract indentation. Algos dot extract item name. Or there is one more thing, the meta ID. Algos dot extract meta key. Perfect. Let's commit those changes and push. Oh, this is so exhausting, guys. Let me just do git log, git status, git log, git status, git log. Wait a minute. Git log to change log.md. Change log.md. I want to find the test. Okay, so everything is perfect. So good night, everyone. It's the time to end the stream. Let me just type the chat here in the chat here. Good night, everyone. Thank you for watching the stream so far. Okay. So good night, guys. Bye bye.